As we are just about to start the 2018 Cardiff Half Marathon, I'm going to hand you over now into the very capable hands and dulcet tones of the most famous Paralympian of Wales, Baroness Tanni Grey-Thompson and Rob Walker. Take it away, guys.
What a stirring anthem. Enough to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand to attention. And now the countdown to the rest of the race is on. We have some world-class wheelchair athletes already out on the course, and now come the turn of the able-bodied men and women battling for this inaugural Commonwealth title. There's Doreen Chisang, former Commonwealth Youth Games silver medalist. Very good cross-country runner as well, as so many of the Ugandans are. Gemma Steele, former European cross-country champion, won the Glasgow 10K just last weekend. A very good half-marathon runner. Juliet Checkwell just missed a medal in the Commonwealth Games over 5,000 metres. Top 10 of the World Cross back in 2013. Jenny Nesbitt, a proud Welsh woman, PBs this year over 3,000, 5,000 and 10,000 metres. She's in cracking shape. Timothy Toroitich, African Championship bronze medal this year. Very good run from him. Top 10 of the World Cross a few years ago. Jack Rayner, winner of the Gold Coast Half Marathon in July. This will be a challenge on a different level for the Australian. The only Kenyan in the field, one or two had some visa issues. John Loitiang, defending champion, course record holder. Can he once again go inside 61 minutes? And listen to the applause for the multiple Welsh half-marathon champion, Dewi Griffiths, back to form, back to fitness, PB over 10 miles just at the end of September. Here we go. The countdown is on. The crowds are ready. The streets of this famous city preparing to greet some of the best half-marathon runners in the world. The tension mounts. The last few seconds ticking down. Everybody timing it on their own watches. That will never change for major championship runners.
Into the final few seconds.
Agonising wait here. They're desperate to start, and there are thousands queuing up outside the castle behind them. They're underway. The elite men and women and the masses. This is by far the biggest mass participation distance race in Wales. It's the second biggest half marathon in Britain, behind the Great North Run. From humble origins 15 years ago, there were 1,500 runners, and here this weekend an entire festival of distance running, over 25,000 runners, and it's sold out within just a few months. This is a race, Baroness Tanni Grey-Thompson, that is growing in reputation and stature year on year.
It's an absolutely beautiful sight when you see all the way past the castle and on the overhead shots where it's just a mass of runners waiting to go. And you could feel the tension on the start line there, couldn't you? And everyone waiting to press their watches and as they're going to, you know, get ready. Because this race is a really big deal in Wales. You know, how much it's grown, how much it's developed. It's also about the participation as well. Run for Wales do so much good work in terms of trying to build that base of participation. We've got more women runners than we're having before. We're having more club runners, and that's really good to see. The elite race is important, but it's about everyone else as well.
On the far right of picture there, John Loitiang, the defending champion.
I mean, the race drops down here, and this is not the point on a half marathon when you want it to be climbing and dropping, and the finish line comes upon you really, really quickly, because as you run round towards the museum, you know, we're Catays Terrace, we're inside the last mile, and as you make that final left turn, the finish line is in front of you, so you don't have much time to prepare if you're thinking of going for a sprint finish.
We have the youngster Fred Masobo leading with his older compatriot Timothy Toroitich just behind him. Toroitich is the African Championship 10,000 metre bronze medalist. He's been around at the top of the world for much longer than his younger compatriot. He's bouncing along, looking across at Masobo, the 26-year-old. top 10 in the world cross in Kampala. He's waving Masobo on. He's saying, come on, let's share the pacemaking duties. Torojic trying to boss things. And look at Rayner coming up now. I thought Rayner maybe had settled for third, but he's decided to go for it, and Torojic has already been broken. So the Ugandan who was setting the pace and waving Masobo through, he's gone, and we've got Rayner making a bid bold for glory with only Masobo staying with him at the moment.
I wasn't expecting Rayner to make the break at this point. He didn't look like he was going to be in that kind of position. He looked like he was comfortable in the pack. But to kick at this point and to really go for it, it shows a lot of confidence. And the fact he's been very comfortable as he's been watching the other athletes, you know, sometimes mess around a little bit on the course as well.
That's a great point, Tanny, because we didn't see him veering left and right at all. And Torojic has been completely dropped by the other two. And it's only Masobo who's just about hanging on for company at the moment. What a run this is by the 22-year-old Jack Rayner. Rayner won the Gold Coast Half Marathon in July. He's won 8 races in total in Australia this year, set a PB over 12K in September. He's pulling away.
And this is up and over the railway bridge. I love to see this brave attempt to go from this far out. He's just decided he's going to go for it. He's putting everything into it. Quite a tough downhill here because you don't want your legs to be running away from you too much. It's easy to almost fall over your legs, but once he committed, that's it. He's going for a quick look to behind. He's got a gap, but it's not all there yet.
This is a fantastic run from the young Australian Jack Rayner. They've produced some wonderful distance runners over the years. Rob de Castella, the 2-time Commonwealth Marathon champion. Mike Shelley did the double in Glasgow and on the Gold Coast. Steve Monaghetti, a World Championship bronze medalist. He follows in a long line of great Australian men on the roads, and he's celebrating and waving to the crowd. He's going to absolutely smash his personal best. Very, very close to 61 minutes. This has been the performance of a lifetime from the 22-year-old mustachioed Jack Rayner. He looks like a 20s matinee idol, and he's had the last line in this film today. Rayner takes it inside 61 minutes. What a performance. Fred Masobo comes home for second. He too breaking his lifetime best. And Timothy Torojic bouncing along the track specialist. He completes the podium. Another PB for him as well. And the defending champion, John Luichang. It's not a bad performance at 61.23, but he's off the podium this time. What a story, and what a run from Jack Rayner. That was brilliant. Chimonge's coming home, and he'll be followed back by Kwemoy. They have smashed the team title, so they will be taking a gold in that competition. But the individual champion is Jack Rayner, the 22-year-old. What a run, Tanny.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, he was on the list of ones to watch, but even to the sort of 10, 11 miles, you wouldn't be thinking he was in that kind of position. Brave sprint finish, and a little smile for him as we have Adan from England just coming around the final turn to the finish line.
A lot of people are very much looking forward to what Mohamed Adan, the Thames Valley Harrier, can produce. He had a couple of days in hospital after 3 weeks of pneumonia after high altitude training. This is a solid performance from him. PB of 62.34. Set that in the World Half in Valencia, and still looks reasonably full of running here. That will be a PB for him as well. Followed home by Dijen Gebri Selassie, yet another PB. He's never broken 63 minutes, and a wry smile on the face of Dewi Griffiths. He's still on his way back to full health and fitness. He's done his country proud. He's shown some real grit here. Not where he wanted to finish, but there's no disgrace with top 10 and inside 63 minutes. Dowie will be back once again. Not quite as good as last year, but that was a solid run.